Welcome to today's video. We're going to start off with a little tech talk. We got the JZX100 bay all ready to go, and I'm going to talk to you about the cams that we're using for this thing. So typically with drift cars and stuff, I err on the smaller side just to kind of keep mid-range and response, and I would probably put like a 264 in an engine like this. I wanted to go to a 272 just to move the power band up a little bit more, and the reason for that, I'm going to put a dynograph on the screen right now. If you remember, you've already heard me talk about this once, but this car made 500 torque with the old tiny turbo. Fell off, but I know that 500 torque I've made for 2 years now on a stock R154, and it's taken it, so that's my benchmark. Power and torque are related. There's a mathematical equation, so if I can make 500 torque at higher RPM, it will be more power than making it at lower RPM. So my goal is to hit 500 torque, hold it all the way through the curve, rev to about 7,500 RPM, which would net us a little bit over 700 horsepower. I'll put the math on the screen so it makes a little more sense. But the curveball is, normally we'd be putting a set of BC 272s in this. They're out of stock, so I went over to Titan and I picked up their 272. The difference with this one, it has a bit more lift. I think it has about a half mil more lift. So what that means is it's gonna leave the valve open for a little bit longer at higher RPM. I'm assuming that might translate into the power being moved a little more up, but what I do know, that's gonna result in more chop. We like the chop. So what Johan's doing right now, very, very big must when you're doing any sort of bigger cam, springs and retainers. In this case, we're using BC's dual valve springs and their titanium retainers, and Johan's gonna walk you through the little bit different of a process, since now we have a lower seat for the inner spring, and we're gonna be doing valve seals at the same time.
This has been done many times. We are gonna do number 6. Simple. The factory stuff is pretty straightforward.
You got this on Amazon?
Yep, by Amazon. Same day shipping depending on where you're at.
You need some more air, my guy?
Yeah.
A little bit more?
More air.
I'm gonna give you 30.
Sometimes you gotta put your finger inside the valve. It'll help.
That's what she said.
Take the keepers out. Release. Move on to the next.
Just to put this out there, I'm perfectly capable of doing this, but you know, after the last R scenario, I was told to stay far away from this engine by Johan.
Nah.
Nah, I could do this, but
All right. There you go.
I'm busy Instagramming. I haven't posted my personal Instagram account in like 3 weeks, so today that's my goal.
He's retiring from YouTube. Stock garbage. It's not garbage, but the saw size is easier. They come out a lot easier for some reason. The intake side are not as easy to come off, but you remove the valve seals. Now,
What's interesting about this is we were planning to do valve seals, not realizing that they would actually have to come out for the dual valve springs. So
right.
we usually don't do valve seals, but JZ's like, I don't know, I feel like every old JZ I see is like, it's got a little bit of smoke on D-cell, and oh yeah, Mike, yours was the same way.
Yeah, mine was a little smoky.
So I figured might as well.
Yep. But then, as we got into the cams, these new cams with the dual valve spring retainers, they have a seat for the second valve spring, and pretty much as you see in there, if you were just to put this in there, technically speaking, that spring will be dancing inside the head.
Don't want that.
Nope. So they supply a seat for the second spring. So you take the seals out, you slap these in, and then you put the new seal on top of this. When you remove seals, you gotta make sure that you check to make sure there's not like old rubber pieces from the old seals. Clean that up. And this is if you're doing it the way we're doing it. They will get picked up by the filter / strainer, but you don't want any foreign objects in your engine.
Nope.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
It's not fun, guys.
No, it's not fun. That's right there what will be hanging on the bottom of the valve seal.
Don't want that.
So you want to make sure you get a pick and something and clean that off. You got your retainers, you dump it in, sit it on the bottom, that's it. Now you grab your valve seals, your brand new ones, and I just like to push them pretty much first by hand, get them past that lip. Then you can just grab a 10 mil, 11 mil socket and a deep socket so you don't push the valve down, and you will feel it, see it down, and that's it. We could put the springs now. I like to spin the spring so like it's kind of, you can see that it's centered because that will also help when you're pushing the new retainers and keepers in place. I set them on the valve, and then I kind of trying to center this as best as I can. And I use my fingers to feel the keepers going in. There you go. So you feel it with your fingers, like once they're seated, and then at that point you could let go. Don't stress about it not going in the first time. This has to be in that right angle so that the valve spring compressor is going in at the same angle as the valve.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, you're putting pressure in a different way, so it's not going to let the keeper seat in place.
Marco's been over here steady dismantling the E36. In case you're wondering why we want to redo this car so bad, this is unacceptable. You wonder why I have wiring issues. Also, fun fact, I don't think I did this. Johan, I didn't crunch the frame on this, right? It was already like this. I'm pretty sure that I didn't do this. I'm pretty sure that the car, I don't think I did.
I think you're pleading the fifth right now.
Because the car was hit when I got it. It was in a little fender bender on this corner.
Okay, so then that's that then.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever we can delete to save weight. I'm thinking about ditching the oil coolers, the power steering rack.
How about the engine?
No, we gotta keep that. I'm gonna get rid of the catch can, the kill switch, the frame rails.
The driver.
Yeah. I'm going on a diet. I've realized that that's actually cheaper in the long run than me.
Yeah, he needs to go on a diet.
That's cheaper than me shedding weight off the car, you know? Lightweight racing shoes. Quick field trip at lunch. Join us.
I am locked. Best car in the fleet.
Best car in the fleet. All right, so we're going over with the Drift HQ boys to go buy a C4 Corvette. Sounds ridiculous. Not a great car, but we're gonna make it great. Here's the deal. We have one of the only body kits for the C4 in existence by Bjork. If you've seen any of the photos, I'll put one on the screen right now. It's a really cool body kit, and we're working with him to redevelop it and make it even better using some of our resources in the States. So we want to have a test car, and it's going to be one of the first builds of 2022 on the Drift HQ channel. I'm not going to reveal all the details in my video. I'm going to show you guys us going and looking at some of the cars, but you're not going to find out what car we're going to get. The logic is, looked at cars, you get taxed if you try to buy a nice one that's running or has like clean paint or is already manual. So we're going to go to a place that has just a bunch of shells, look at them, and hopefully save money on the build by doing that. While we enjoy this mundanely quiet ride over to the Corvette Emporium, I just figured I would insert a clip of my television hanging setup that you guys so kindly requested to see because I was stupid and I didn't film it. So here you go, enjoy. Y'all wanted to see it. You thought it was gonna be sketchy? Beautiful. The only thing that I didn't necessarily account for, I'm not getting in there anymore, so there's that. But like, it's pretty sturdy. It's not even like worst case scenario, if it puts a weird load on the door, it's gonna come out. Beautiful work. Look at that. Hire me.
It's very nice.
LZ satellite and antenna.
LZ
Home installation,
blocking,
home theater.
LZ, yeah.
I even hid the little controller thing in here, right on top of my DirecTV.
DirecTV.
Thank you, DirecTV, for sponsoring this video. I've never had the desire. Wow, this parking lot's not gonna suit this car well. I've never had the desire to own a C4. However, this build and the engine that we are going to be putting in it has me excited. They were lying, dude. Oh, I want the yellow one.
Jimmy, eat your heart out, bro.
I pulled up in the lot. I'm like, well, this is perfect. We're good to go.
This is it.
So we'll let you guys see a quick overview of the cars, but if you want to find out more details, I assume Chris is going to dive in pretty deep on the Drift HQ channel.
Oh yeah.
Telling us what to look for on C4s and all the little nuances about them. But we're here. We're going to have a good time. Alright guys, so I need your help with something. There's a channel called Drift Games, bunch of awesome dudes. Came by, visited the compound. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen any of their videos pop up on the sidebar. Very entertaining, very well produced. You guys will enjoy it. In Ireland, they are in the process of building their own compound with a drift track attached. It's gonna be really cool. They have the whole Irish car community backing them, but they need their channel to pass 100,000 subscribers by January 15th to be able to get serious sponsors and investors on board. Ireland's pretty small, so the more we can gather worldwide support for this, the better. I would appreciate you guys going over. I really think you'll enjoy their videos. Make sure you subscribe. I wanna go over and visit this place when it gets done, and I know that we have the power to help make it happen. 100,000 subscribers by January 15th. It's up to you guys now. Links in the description. Check them out. Awesome people, awesome channel, and hopefully an awesome track very soon. All right, so Johan's got the cams in now. They're not gonna probably stay in permanent because what you do now, you get some feeler gauges and you can check the tolerances underneath each lobe. And if we need to, we can order new shims, or what I've done on other engines in the past when I'm kind of in a time crunch or I can't get new ones, you can move them around to make the clearances as close to OEM as possible. How's it looking so far?
I mean, we've done only one, but intake side, number one piston is exactly on the minimum tolerances, 6,000. So it calls for 6 to 10,000. Now I'm gonna do the exhaust and then just move down from there. The exhaust, from what I measured earlier, so that's on the tight side. Yeah, that feels pretty good. That right there, that's 14,000, which OE tolerance is 10 to 14,000.
So looking good so far.
Looking good so far.
All right, this is something I ordered from my R32 forever ago. I'm kind of having second thoughts about just leaving the engine bay how it was, and I'm contemplating repainting the entire car. I don't know if it would be the same color or a different color, but I want to test fit these over fenders that I got a while back just to see how decent they fit, because it would be nice to be able to open up a window for different wheel sizes, because with stock body it's super limiting, and I just constantly rub through my face. I know a lot of people complain about these not fitting the best, so I've been like hesitant to put them on because of that. That does not look right. I wonder if you're just supposed to eat into the bumper there, maybe. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be pretty weird.
So how much extra stance do I gain?
About this stance.
Wow, I'm really impressed with how bad these fit. Maybe it's better when I don't have the bumper on. This is really not flexible.
Yeah, got quite a bit of flex that needs to happen up here.
All right, I guess we'll use this time in the video while I frivolously mock up panels that clearly don't fit. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that I should go over fenders? And then, so hear me out. What I'm thinking right now, you know, I'd love to do the typical YouTuber like whole big like, oh, I'm gonna paint it a color and then surprise you guys with it. Looking at this thing, it's gonna have a really nice motor and like, this stuff all sucks. I don't even remember that. So I'm thinking, I'd like to keep it in the family of OE colors. I was thinking like there's a couple 350Z colors that I really like maybe the orange, but I think that's too bright. I want to do this car like a darker color, like gray tones, but I don't want it to look like every other R32 and be that gray. So there's a color, is it Can 6, I think? It's an R33 gray that kind of has like hints of blues to it. Or it would also be cool to do the same Millennium Jade that the Autech R32s are. Although, are those cars Millennium Jade? I'm pretty sure they are. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, I've got an important question while I've got you on the line.
Hey, what's up?
Should I repaint the R32? Bleep that out.
Oh, do I want? Oh, no.
You don't think I should paint a Millennium Jade?
Cool, but no.
All right.
I don't think so.
Well, you said it'd be cool though.
I like it. I feel like it's a legacy car at this point.
Yo,
What up?
Hello.
I can't be out here looking like a scrub. I said that the Autech R32 is Millennium Jade, and I don't think it is.
No, it's JN0.
Okay. So,
It's called a yellowish green pearl. Is that right? Yellowish green pearl. Yellow pearl. I don't know. It's something weird. JN0.
so if I paint my R32 four-door, should I do KN6, Millennium Jade, or the Autech color?
Okay, so
Or the ice blue that the S15s come in. I can't remember that color code.
this is KN6.
I love KN6.
KN6 is pretty hard.
So I would do the typical R32 gray, but it's just every R32 is that color, you know?
No, KN6 is cool. Like KH2 is whatever, but KN6 is like has hella violet in it.
Love that.
Yeah, but it's not like midnight purple, you know.
Yeah.
But E36 is like an asphalt gray
What
with
do
a
you-
little purple.
What do you think about this whole situation going on right now?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they fit terribly.
Randy, you just eliminated your R32.
Shout out Randy, we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like before I paint it, I should do something. Can I do metal quarters on
I
it?
mean, yeah, you do GTR metal.
How? How would I do that with the door?
You cut them. It's been done, and it looks so sick.
Are you high?
No? Do you want me to be?
Are you a cop?
Yeah.
And so these cams from Titan don't use like a specific valve latch from them, so you pretty much go refer back to the Toyota FSM and you follow their valve latch tolerances. So intake, that's your tolerance variance right there, on the tighter side and on the loose side, and the same for the exhaust. All these measurements are done code, so we went through the whole engine. It's hard to tell because my handwriting sucks, but this is the cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and you just go down the line. So for cylinder 1, we are right at the tighter side, and then cylinder 2 a little right in the middle, and then it goes down from there. On the exhaust side, it's on the looser side, but it's still within spec. So you got 14,000, and then it just go down from there. Everything is pretty much on the looser side, except number 2. It looks like it's right in the middle. So we don't have to pull the cams out again and check shims. We can if we wanted to be picky, but they're within specs. There's no point of going through all that headache and changing all those shims. When I do this, I don't glue this on to check the valve latch, because if we have to remove it back in, remove it again, then you got to clean all that fresh RTV and it sucks. So I always put this on at the front of the engine without RTV, and then once I confirm everything is good, you could go ahead and zip this out, RTV them back in, slap them on, and then continue the process.
Just to put this out there as well, don't pay any attention to the other engine that's in the background at all. That's for a secret project that you guys shouldn't know anything about.
I don't know how many of you have seen older videos or not, but if this is your first time watching a 2JC or a JC in general that's BBTI, always remember that this BBTI cylinder housing or cam cap, it has the 2 main 10mm bolts, and then it has 2 small Allen head bolts back here. Always remember to remove those and then these. So in a way you could avoid to forget them is remove these first and then that. Because what happens, I've done it many times, is you remove the 10mm bolts, you try to remove the cam cap, and they'll snap off. So not a big deal. I've done it. You don't want something falling in the engine and then we got a whole SR20 scenario again.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you. I appreciate you. I have a very exciting news for you. Drift HQ channel tomorrow is going to show the C4 that we wound up picking up. It was not one from that lot, and it is, let's just say, mind-boggling. It's pretty freaking rad. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be a really cool project, so head over to the Drift HQ channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. The video will be live tomorrow, so you got time to subscribe. Tune back in. It's gonna be a good one.
You cut them. It's been done, and it looks so sick.
Are you high?
No? Do you want me to be?
Are you a cop?
Yeah.